So I'm not really gonna make a whole lot more of these videos. Um, but what I am gonna do is I'm going to start developing the timeline more accurately, because this is everything from it's not so much that I'm not I'm almost positive of who's pulling this shit, but it's not one group. Um, and per se, it's more like individuals inside of groups. And when I say groups, I'm talking about like the FBI, the CIA, the DOJ, the NSA. Hopefully not NASA. You know what I'm saying? God forbid the fucking scientists come after me. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's kind of funny, but it's not funny. None of this shit's funny. None of this. No, it's like my head is so fucking. It's like so basically it's like that. It's like it's just like it, and most of it is really in order. I could sit there and say that like any given point, like the XXX Tentacion kid, I could say like that was the major start, but then it's like, well, let's go back. And it's like, no, actually, it's like, well, then there's the bar incident and Dylan Roof. And yeah, it's interesting because it's like some of the things like that I've went off about it. Some of it is it's I don't know how to I don't know what I'm exactly trying to say there. Yeah, there is a lot going on in my head, and with this whole Paul Flores thing, uh, I had the date wrong on what day he's going into court, but he's going into court as of July 6th, which is in about 3 weeks or so. I don't because it wasn't just you see it's not just the whole Paul Flores crap. And then it's like somebody else just started posting something, and I'm saying to myself, wow, it's like I remember that situation too. And it's like that's yet again another situation where Alfredo Flores fucking his own people over, which is not exactly. That's why I'm saying it's really, it really is like that's. I know that those people were supposedly pretty fucking pissed about that situation. Um, that situation, the way that the situation that I'm thinking of right now was explained to me, it's like I don't know what to think. I don't know what to think, because it sounded so fucking crazy. And it's like, it's like people telling me, it's like, Anthony, you fucked up. And it's like, this is what the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Wrong place, wrong time. There was interesting stuff that I said to the people that were pretty fucked up and pissed off at me, okay? That made them, at that point in time, you know, even as crazy as it sounded to me, the stuff that I said to them, they were like, all right. That's why I'm saying it's like so then how the fuck does this go on for so long? Like after so many times of that's why the stuff that was said after that the stuff that was said after that by people I'm not exactly 100% sure of who they were, but then I'm pretty sure freaking, you know, the next people that come to talk to me then explain to me something that sounds so fucked up in a way. And it's not exactly like the way they explained it to me was not exactly as fucked up as it was explained to me the first time, because it wasn't explained. It was just told to me, not explained. These people took their time to explain what was happening in that situation, and that situation got pretty fucking shut down. And the person that was about to it had a lot to do with jealousy is what the main thing is it had a lot to do with jealousy, and you know you know it was their own people bringing down their own fucking selves, and then they wanted to point the finger at me why they were bringing down themselves, which is just fuck you, piece of shit. Come, that's what got the attention of bigger people, which then came and spoke to me, and it was explained to me that my concerns were in the right sense, and yet I did not have a full understanding of the situation. And when I explained what I said, the things that were said around me, that they probably didn't, because I wouldn't have figured that out until I started to realize how much of this shit was so real. And that's where that I don't know I don't know who the fuck is winning, to tell you the truth. I don't have any fucking idea. I know that my head hurts from the stuff that I've been basically fucking poisoned with my entire fucking life. And that's on the physical level. Like, my head hurts. This stuff mentally could just fucking seriously fuck you up. But physical wise, like my arm, I bumped my arm up against the wall. Just bumped it. There's no bruise. There's no fucking bruise on my arm. And there hasn't been a bruise on my fucking arm. It's like there's no fucking bruise on my arm. And yet fucking right here, it's like it's like way up here. It's like my wrist. My wrist is all fucked up and shit, and it's hard for me to move the wrist or near the thumb. But then I feel it up here, and I'm saying to myself, it's like, goddamn. And that's where I hit my arm. No bruise, but it felt like I fucking fractured my damn arm. So I don't know how strong my bones are, or I know that my teeth have stopped hurting over the past couple of years. But because of not good dental work, and that see, this is why this is gonna be. I have to like tackle each piece so separately, and then just fucking, because there's so much that I want to go into about so many different. Because that's what I am. I just have no idea what the fuck is really going on, because so many of these encounters seemed somewhat fucking friendly. And that's why I'm saying it's like the when I say somewhat friendly, it's like I know that, you know, one of the agencies, I know that, you know, it's very well known, and I've said this in a few I know that it's very well known that they literally kill each other inside the agency. And it's not it's interesting from what I have picked up on about it over the years. And it's just to have done this to me from the time I was so little. My brain never got to that, like, what is normal in my head, like space. And then throughout all the time that this is happening, it's like the little things that I did wrong. It's like I know that there was the doubts or the questions in my head whether I was doing what's right or what's wrong, or what was I doing, like, you know, or even asking myself, like, what am I doing? I don't know. You know, if the answer came back, I don't know. Like, that's where it's like I can go back and check for those checkpoints in my head. But around about the times that I was doing things where nobody got any fucking harmed, nothing got harmed. You know, it's more like growing up and then just thinking, like, not sleeping, not being able to go to fucking sleep, like, throughout all of school. And then telling the doctors, like, well, I got sleep, but I didn't get exact, you know, it's like, oh, well, I got sleep the other day. You know, it's like I wasn't thinking, like, over the course of, like, weeks or months. It's just, that's why I'm saying it's like I'm bouncing from one topic to the other. It's like if I was to go in to, like, a focal point on where did this major shit start, it's like, well, I was talking to my friend, and then all of a sudden, you know, couldn't get him on the phone. Leading up to about 2 weeks prior to the Triple X Tentacion kid. Interesting. And it's interesting that 10 months prior to that, he was given an ultimatum. An ultimatum, is that the fucking right way to say it? He was given an option by an old friend of his that, you know, if he kept continuing to talk to me, then this person wouldn't talk to him. And it's like, he told that person to go fuck themselves. But he did also tell me, he's like, look, he's like, I'm having people look into this. He's like, your IP address is attacking this person's IP address, which is then attacking your IP address, which then is attacking your own IP address, which is then attacking my IP address. It's fucking crazy. It was fucking crazy. And it's like, dude, look, I won't stop, but I will fucking slow. And we continued to talk after that. But that's what I'm saying. It's like, there was nothing. There was no arguments between me and my friend when all of a sudden we just couldn't get in touch with one another. And then 2 weeks leading up to, that was about 2 weeks leading up to the XXX Tentacion kid. And then about a month and a half after that, so about a month and 3 weeks to a month and or 2 months later, I got my friend back on the phone one last time, where he turned around to me and said he looked into the phone, and that he wasn't blocking my number. And that, you know, he asked me, he's like, did you get my messages? And I didn't get any of his messages. And Yeah, it was just interesting that he was pulled over on the side of the road. Like, he seen the phone ringing. He said, Anthony, he's like, I was gonna pull over anyway. He's like, but I'm glad you called right now. So he's like, I pulled over about, a couple, like 5 or 10 minutes earlier than what I was going to pick up the phone. We talked for about 20 fucking 5 minutes, 23, 25 minutes. And he's like, I'll call you, if not tonight, I'll call you tomorrow. And I never heard from him again. About the phones, we were going to find out, because he's like, you got to hear what they're saying to me. And that's what I'm saying. It's like, after that, never got a fucking call back. That was after uh, the Tentacion kid. So that's that. But it's all of that, where that begins. It's like, that's why I'm saying, it's like each little thing. It's like, then it goes back to this, and then it goes back to and then that goes back to this, and then that goes back to this, and then that goes back to this, and it's like, wow, man. And all the other little things, it's crazy. It really is crazy. This is really not a fucking easy thing to do for fucking anybody. They knew I was good. They knew that. That's why but there's so many people out there that want to jump to conclusions and this and that. It's like, they don't need everybody on fucking planet Earth being a fucking half-ass. You know? This was like fucking crazy when I woke up to realize, like, when I say woke up, I mean woke up and realized. When I realized. Just crazy. All at the same time. I lost touch with my sister. Her husband gets sick. Then her husband dies. I lose touch with my grandmother. All at the same time. Pretty much all at the same time. I lose touch with all the people that were like uh basic support system. Why everybody else is pretending like they don't know what the fuck is going on, and I don't even got a fucking friend in the world. Bullshit. Bullshit. Nah, that's bullshit, man. Bullshit. And the Pentagon? Yo, man, what do you want me to say? You want me to say? I got to freaking say, because I'm saying to myself, it's like, and if I go talk to you guys, it's like, I've been down to the Pentagon, what, like 4 times? Saying at least 3. 4 times, with a possible 5th. Want to play fucking spades with me, man? Yo, man, I will fucking, man. You know, that wasn't, I'm just saying that, it's like, wow, man. The places where my records may or may not be being held, it's like those places were, I don't even know if I should go and check. I know that those places were taken over by certain people. It's like, dude, it's like, it's not, these things weren't, it's not like they're in a fucking, it's just, it's interesting, you know. People ain't gonna want to fucking start tearing shit apart. So there's a couple places where those those contracts would be. Not exactly sure if somebody's gotten to them first or not. The stuff I see going on in the news right now, I rely on the most overall coverage, even though they are like stuck on one major topic lately for the past like month and a half. It's kind of fucking irritating. So I rely on all the most news I can hear in the quickest amount of time, because what I was trying to do prior to that, in the awesome, that is the right word, awesomest way possible, was to set up myself so that my brain could fucking relax. These people are fucked up. It was all the little underlings. Just like from the very beginning, it's like, well, there was no problem when it was just freaking me squaring off with Snoop at one fucking, not even, how the fuck old I said I was? I was like, my first steps, I was like 10 fucking months old. Yeah. 10 months old or so, and I was squaring off with fucking my uncle Snoop Dogg. There was no problem there with the fucking, there's no shit. The minute I bumped into Tupac about a year later, that was when fucking the most interesting fucking things were said in a half telepathic, half out loud conversation. And the thing shortly after that led to this, and then led to that, and then it led to this, and it was like, wow. Wow, man. Because one of the biggest pieces is Tupac's aka deceased mama, who was also aka Alfredo Flores' dead grandma, which is also aka fucking the lady that you see in the video, telling me that, when my house was shot at, that was not a part of anything that had to deal with my medical condition. And yeah, she worked for a couple different agencies, which is, as far as I understand it, back then, pretty fucking highly illegal. And yeah, I mean, I'm almost positive. That's why I'm saying it's like it goes, like the hate goes back, man. Holy shit, does the hate go back? Wow. And wow. I'll be right back. Gotta take a leak. So, it's like, hey, because it goes more than just Tupac's mama at that point. It goes that goes back to the story a little bit prior to. It was actually a little after. It was a little after meeting Tupac. So like what? I was like hit by the car when I was about 2. So I met Tupac around, what did I say, like, yeah, that's the whole point. It's like I've already went over a lot of that shit. And see, it's like what happened after that meeting with Tupac is pretty important because of what had taken place with a very particular spider biting me in the arm. And it's just interesting the people that showed up to that. And the one person that they sensed was there, these people you don't fuck with, they sensed that the other one was there. And then I realized that the other one is the one that they shunned, which then later on, I encounter not once but twice. More than twice. Way more than that. But the point being is that and it's like that's the one I saved their life that day with the plane because of the fucking foul shit that they were pulling, and people were blaming the agency that. And the whole fucking time he's working with fucking Tupac's said mama. Flores is grandma. That's why it's interesting what went down on the train right about the time that, I mean literally, like, it was just like, oh, hello, Death. Nice to see you again. It's like, I got nothing. Listen, I'm not really much for getting on my knees, but if you want to make this quick, I'll turn the fuck around. You know what I mean? Because at this fucking point, it's like, and it's like, you're being poisoned. I'm like, yeah, sure, I believe you. It's like, whatever. It's like, no, you're being drugged. You're being poisoned. It's like, wow, it's like, thanks for telling me. It's like, yeah, man, I didn't even remember that encounter, like, fucking a month after it happened. Like, a month after it happened, it wasn't even a thought in my fucking head what had just transpired a month ago. And, that was right around the time that I bumped back into, because the same person, basically Death, bought fucking Gerald Schur, to see what was kind of going on around about that time. And, yeah. I told Gerald Schur basically to go fuck himself, that he was a creepy old fucking man. And, because I had no idea what the fuck was really going on. I was just like, oh, fuck it. Even though I was told straight up, you're being poisoned. It's like, you're being poisoned. I'm like, wouldn't I be dead? But I wasn't thinking like, radioactive asbestos, or basically radioactive diamond dust, nano diamond dust, Yeah. It's like, really? It's like, well, you can be poisoned a whole bunch of ways. There's like this, and there's this, and there's this, and, it's why I'm being poisoned. I really wasn't, believing the whole fucking narrative of anybody's shit. Even though I was literally turning fucking lamp poles on and off, and pretty much like, throughout the whole time of my life, like, anytime that I sat near a fucking Not even just sat near it. I mean, the one talking there, I was like, well, did you go near this thing? I was like, yeah, I went near it. I walked fucking past it. You blew everything. The fucking thing went fucking, it's like, what the fuck, holy shit. I'm sorry. Sorry. Didn't mean to fucking cause blackouts on Long Island because of my radioactive fucking magnetism. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, you would think that, you know, at some point the fucking CIA or the FBI or fucking would have been like, okay, Anthony, look, grab me by the back of the neck and like sit me down and like be like, listen, you're being fucking poisoned with radioactive material. You would have thought maybe that would have happened. No, that didn't ever fucking, not even fucking, well, the one time that just, you know, because I thought of how much of a joke it seemed. It doesn't exactly fucking click when, you know, you're not in your right fucking mind and people are seeing that it seems like you're in your right mind because, you know, they're talking to you about very serious shit and you're just like, I don't, you know, and all the things that I was trying to comprehend at the time in just regular life, and then it's like that, and it's like, yeah, okay, so then we'll stop these people. You know, it's like completely forgetting about all the other shit that I've ever been through in my entire life. See, this is why I'm saying it's like this is crazy. This is fucking crazy. So then it's gonna be like this. It's like I'm gonna try to keep each. I gotta stay focused trying to do this. This is gonna be fucking insane. This is gonna be insane. Because even when I'm trying to stay focused here in this video, which will probably be one of my last videos, because it's just like there's no fucking point anymore. It's like just like my first fucking channel had like 64 fucking subscribers. You know, even though my videos had fucking thousands of fucking hits, and then all of a sudden one of my main videos that had like 50,000 hits all of a sudden just looked lost in a single fucking day. Single 6 hours. Like from the time that I checked it to the time I checked it again, it lost like 40 or 37,000 fucking hits to it, and I was like, wow, and it never got those fucking hits ever again. It just stopped. Bullshit. It was one of the most fucking popular games, and I had a fucking first-hand fucking thing for the